Hi there, my name is Corinne Townsend. I'm a mother of 4 and I run a bespoke curtain making business. I've had my business for the last 4 years, although I have made curtains my whole life. I've recently won a few awards, this one being the latest, which was for Handcrafted Curtain Specialist of the Year.
So Corinne, I first came across you probably a couple of years ago when there was a post on Facebook about your work, and I was pretty amazed at the quality of what you've done. So talk us through kind of what it is that led you into curtain making.
Okay, so for some reason, from a very young age, I was just fascinated with curtains, the way they drape at the window, and it was always the first thing that I noticed when I walk into a room.
Okay.
So from the age of 13, I made my first set of swags and towels, old school, for my mum and my auntie, and then I was like doing the whole family's curtains for many years. Yeah. So it's just always been a passion for me.
Cool. Did anyone teach you how to sew, or was it all self-taught?
No, it was all self-taught. At that age, it was self-taught. Later on in life, I did go to college and I studied curtain making, interior design, and a few more courses that led me to where I am now. I used to work for a very kind of bespoke company. We done work for the Queen.
Right.
We done work for celebrities, and my boss, he got sick. He was unwell, so we had to be made redundant. And I came home and I sat my children down, and I, very upset, speaking to my daughters, and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. And my daughter said to me, Mum, you've been saying it for so long, you need to just do it now, like start up on your own. And I did, so here I am.
Oh wow! So like with kind of self-employed people, we all have something that gets us up in the morning. What is that for you that continuously drives you to go forward?
It's the results that I get. It's the creation, creating something with my hands and seeing the results of it, and how it affects my clients as well, and the reactions, what they give me, because I'm very good at attention to detail.
Okay, cool.
And I think that's what kind of sets me a little bit above.
Yeah.
If I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, about the competition.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So how is it that you get clients nowadays?
A lot of it is Google.
Right.
Yeah, they find me on Google. A lot of it is recommendations from old clients. Yeah. Word of mouth and just Google. I do actually need to put in a bit more into marketing and advertising, which is what I'm working on now as well.
Yeah. So like, is there one project that was kind of like your claim to fame that really propelled your name out there?
I don't know. I don't think I can really pinpoint one project, because every project to me is just as the standard has to be the same regardless.
Right, sure. So
I feel like it's a whole mix of all different clients. And, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you started your business just before COVID, right?
I did, yeah.
So how was the period during lockdowns, and how did that affect the business?
Lockdown period for me was amazing. I was really busy. I think a lot of people were at home painting, refurbishing, so I come into that field. And I was really busy during lockdown.
Great. So it was great for you all round.
Yeah, it was definitely. And being able to work in my studio alone, so I wasn't around anyone, so I was able to just come in as I please and get my jobs done.
Cool. So what's your heritage?
My mum and dad are Jamaican.
Okay, cool. So you were born in the UK?
I was born in the UK, yes.
Does your heritage ever play a part in the work that you do? Creatively?
Not really, not yet. I have to say not yet, because hopefully it will in some kind of project that I do. But at the moment, not really.
Okay. Like, do you ever do any collections, or is it based on what the customer wants?
It's always based on what the customer wants.
Okay.
They kind of give me a brief, and then I will design something to that brief and go from there.
Okay. So, like, you spoke earlier on about you started sewing when you were about 13?
13,
okay.
Yeah.
So, describe how you were as a child and how you are as an adult. Has there been much of a difference in your personality?
Well, I'd like to say I've grown quite a lot. I've got to know myself better. As a child, do you know what? I've still got that little baby in me anyway. As a child, I was always creative. I was always making things out of cereal boxes and stuff like that. You know, old bits of scrap. I'd make hair bands and always just sewing and creating stuff, really. Yeah.
So you think I was kind of the same. I think for me, growing up in a West African household and being the only boy, it wasn't really encouraged. Everything was all about academia and that being the be all and end all. Was it the kind of, were your parents quite supportive, seeing what you were doing?
My mum, I mean, I grew up in a single parent household, so my mum, yes, she was. And as I said, she encouraged me by getting me to make all the curtains for everyone. So yeah, it was, she kind of was happy for me to do what my heart told me to do. Yeah. Okay.
And describe what making it looks like according to you.
Catering to celebrities, the rich and famous, basically. You know, I don't need millions and millions and trillions of pounds. So just to live comfortably and for my children to have what they desire, what they need and want, be able to go on holiday maybe once or twice a year. Yeah, just kind of, I'd say just the average life, really.
All right, cool. And like thinking about your own kind of mental health, what would you say you do to kind of stay sane? Because you've got a lot on.
Yes, I feel like you have to be a little bit insane to be sane in this insanity. So yeah, I don't know. I feel I'm very grounded. I'm always busy, so I kind of don't really have time to stop and maybe digest a lot more that other people maybe would.
Yeah. All right, so Corinne, in terms of what inspires you creatively, describe that process or that inspiration to us.
I like the fact that there's no rules. You know, you can design whatever you please, and there's no rules around that. My inspiration comes from seeing the finished result. So getting from A to B and being happy with, you know, the end result. Yeah.
Okay. Are there not any designers that are maybe household names, or because for me, I get inspired by Victor Rolf and Alexander McQueen. So are there any kind of current designers out there that inspire you, or any pieces of art?
Not really.
Okay, no, cool.
Well, as a child, I used to watch, you know, all the interior design shows. And Lawrence Lauren and Bowen, and maybe, you know, people like that. And I used to think one day, I'll do that one day.
Yeah. And is there, like, and this can be someone that's within your life, is there anybody that like truly inspires you? They don't have to be in the current industry, just can be a celebrity, it could be someone from your family.
100% my children. Yeah. They're all different and individual in their own ways, and they all inspire me differently. But yeah, it's definitely them.
Which one would you say is most like you?
They've all got a piece of me. I hope it's all the good bits. But probably my eldest daughter, she's 16. She's a lot like me when I was her age. But then my eldest son, who's 26, he's a lot like me now. Yeah, does that make sense?
Cool. So, like, would you, want any of them to come into the business with you? Or?
I've tried. They're not interested.
Okay.
I've tried. My two daughters, they do come into the studio every now and then.
Yeah.
They make like tote bags and stuff like that. They was making masks during the pandemic and was selling to friends and family. But yeah, they're not really into the sewing like that. So I don't want to push it on them.
Yeah. What are their interests, would you say? And I know it might be early to tell.
My youngest, she wants to be an actress. Okay. Yeah, she's very good at expressing herself. She's got a brilliant memory, photographic memory. And yeah, she's very comical in how she presents herself. Yeah. So yeah, she wants to be an actress. My eldest daughter, she wants to get into criminology. Okay. Yeah, so she likes to watch all the...
like Law and Order and those kind of things.
Yeah, the... what are they called? It's like the reality shows where they're showing murders and stuff like that. Okay, cool. She watches all that stuff and I'm always like, no, don't watch it. But she finds it interesting. Okay. My youngest son, he enjoys cooking. Mm. So he's like a magnificent chef. He's very good. And, food is the language of love. Yeah. So, yeah. My oldest son, he is a roofer. Okay. So, yeah, he's doing really well. He's still kind of finding himself. He's at the age where when I was 25, it was quite a sad birthday for me. I felt... I don't know. I find a lot of people when they hit that 25, it's a different feeling how you feel to your other birthdays, and you go through that process. So yeah, he's doing roofing at the moment. Right.
Okay. Cool. You mentioned your grandma.
I am. Cool. Yes. So... My youngest son, he's got a 16-month-old boy. Yeah. So he's like the light of my life.
I guess the key thing with like grandkids and like nieces and nephews, you can always give them back because your responsibilities are done basically.
Definitely.
So when you're not kind of been a mum, grandma in the workplace, how do you spend a day off?
A day off, probably lazing around if I can, but I don't really get a chance to do that. Well, for myself, I go to parties, I go to family functions, and that's kind of my relaxation time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, awesome. In terms of like, going back to lockdown for a sec, there's certain things I implemented in my life where I don't work past certain hours, and I've tried to make my whole life a bit less stressful since lockdown. Yeah. Are there any kind of areas of your life that you kind of purposely changed because you've learned those lessons from lockdown?
Yeah, I'd say the same. Just working, not staying late. Sometimes I'd be here till 10 o'clock at night, not getting no family time, not having no family time. Yeah. And I made a conscious decision that I was not going to do that anymore. Okay. So that was probably the biggest change.
Okay, cool. A slightly different question in terms of what I've asked you before. What's been the most inspiring projects that you've worked on?
There's been so many. Most inspiring projects. Probably one that I done very early on in my business. Okay. And it was challenging, and it wasn't the usual curtain making. It had a bit of a twist to it. Okay. And the results were, I was just amazed with the results. The client was too. It's not all about me.
Would you say that, let's say a client wasn't happy, are you comfortable dealing with an unhappy customer?
No, not at all. Okay. No, I strive to get my 5 stars. Yeah. And I have to say, all of my reviews are 5 stars. Okay. I think I've got one that is 4-star, 2 4 stars, and the rest of them are all 5 stars. Okay. So that is what drives me as well. I love seeing the reaction on the client's face when they walk in and see, the finished product and how they react. That inspires me as well.
So you install the curtains as well?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Oh, wow. So from start to finish. So Initially, it starts off with a home consultation.
Okay.
So I bring along fabric samples, take accurate measurements, discuss ideas, and then from then it will be making up the product and then installing as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So like, how long does the average project take for you to complete?
On average, I like to complete in about 3 weeks. Right. Yeah.
So is that working on their project solely for that 3 weeks, or is there always an overlapping in projects?
Overlapping.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Definitely. Yeah.
And in terms of like the future for Corinne, what would you, what should we expect to see from you? I guess more awards.
Yeah, that would be nice. More awards. Just building my clientele, really.
Yeah.
I want to stretch out to, hotels, and
Okay.
I have a few interior designers that I work with. I want to broaden that and go for like the classier hotels uptown and celebrities.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'd like to reach.
The way we're just going to end the kind of session is just some quick fire A and B questions.
Okay.
And obviously just give the first one, that comes to mind for you. So coming to America 1 or coming to America 2?
1.
Okay. iPhone or Android person?
Android.
All right. A lifetime supply of makeup or a lifetime supply of hair products?
Hair products.
Right. Hip hop or R&B?
R&B.
Okay. R&B or Afrobeats?
That's a difficult one. I'll say R&B again.
Okay.
Yeah.
A well-paid job with a toxic environment, or like a low-paid job and it feels like heaven every day?
Low-paid job and it feels like heaven.
Super low-paid, yeah?
I can hustle.
Fish and chips or rice and peas and jerk chicken?
Rice and peas and jerk chicken.
Okay. Call the Midwife or Love Island?
Do I have to? Neither.
Well, what do you watch?
I don't watch TV.
Really?
No, I don't
watch
TV.
loads of TV. I don't know how to get any work done. A holiday in Paris or Maldives?
Maldives.
Right. And last one, heels or trainers?
Trainers.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Corinne. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and we'll include all of your social media and website links in the description below.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.